Imagine living your entire life with the belief that every setback, every hardship wasn't meant to break you, but to prepare you for something greater. It might sound like just another motivational quote you scroll past on your feed, sandwiched between news and feel-good mantras. But what if I told you this isn't just a comforting idea? It's a life principle, one rooted in a philosophy that has survived centuries and still holds the power to change lives today. I'm talking about Stoicism, a philosophy that doesn't just teach us how to endure hardship, but how to embrace it, how to transform pain into strength, loss into clarity, and adversity into fuel for growth. Today we're diving deep into the heart of Stoicism, not as an abstract idea, but as a practical guide for living with purpose, resilience, and inner strength. Whether you're going through personal struggles, facing professional challenges, or simply feeling overwhelmed by the non-stop noise of modern life, Stoic teachings offer a map, not a way to escape life, but a way to meet it head-on, with courage and clarity. They remind us, to truly live, we don't need perfect circumstances. We need to change how we respond to what life throws at us. And in that response lies our true freedom. If you've ever felt like the world is working against you, if you've ever craved peace in the middle of the storm, if you've ever wondered how ancient wisdom could guide you through modern chaos, you're exactly where you need to be. Today we'll explore how the core principles of Stoicism can help us turn obstacles into opportunities, challenges into inner power, and ordinary days into steps toward deep personal transformation. This is a journey of learning to live with intention, with dignity, and with an unshakable spirit. So let's begin. Together we'll uncover how to transform the very things that hold us back into the building blocks of your highest self. How to use hardship as the staircase to your own evolution. And as we walk this path together, I invite you to hit that subscribe button and stay with us until the very end. Every moment of this video is crafted to inspire you, to remind you of the strength you already carry inside. Believe me, you won't want to miss a single second. 1. Question your own limits. Have you ever caught yourself settling for less than you're truly capable of? It happens to all of us. We drift through days, weeks, even years on autopilot, rarely stopping to ask the most important question: why did I decide this is all I'm capable of? And here's where a simple but powerful idea steps in. Why not? At first glance, it sounds almost cliché, but that one question has the power to tear down years of fear, habit, and self-imposed limitation. It exposes the comfort zone we've been hiding in and challenges us to step into our real potential. Now let's bring in Stoicism. The Stoics were never about passive acceptance of fate. They didn't sit and wait for life to hand them answers. They took action. They consistently examined their choices, thoughts, and behaviors through the lens of virtue, courage, and self-growth. When faced with a challenge, a true Stoic would ask, why not take the path that leads to growth? Not because it's easy, but because it's right. This isn't about reckless decisions or blind leaps. It's about intentional, values-driven action that pushes you closer to the person you're meant to become. So the next time you're standing at a crossroads, unsure, afraid, or stuck, pause and ask yourself, why not? Why not apply for that opportunity you've been dreaming about? Why not start the project that's been burning inside you for years? Why not take a step forward, even if the path isn't fully clear? Because in those very moments of decision, your future is being shaped. But here's the real truth. Why not isn't just about external choices. It's also about challenging your internal limits, the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you can do. It's about confronting the fear of failure, the comfort of stagnation, the inner voice that whispers, "You're not enough." This is your wake-up call. It's a call to step out of the fog, to remember that deep inside you lives a potential far greater than anything you've let yourself believe. Think of every Stoic hero, From Marcus Aurelius to Seneca, they didn't choose the easy path. They chose the path of virtue, strength, and self-overcoming. And that's what you do every time you refuse to settle. Every time you choose to say, "Why not try?" That's the moment you enter life's arena, not as a bystander, but as a full participant, to grow, to stumble, to learn, to rise stronger. So next time you feel fear, doubt, or hesitation, remember this: you don't have to stay within the limits you once believed were fixed. You can redraw the map. You can break through what once felt impossible. Adopt the Stoic mindset. Ask yourself, why not? And then watch just how far your courage, your curiosity, and your inner fire can take you. 2. Be obsessed with growth. To be obsessed with becoming better, in Stoic philosophy, that's not just a noble goal. It's a core principle known as prohairesis, our capacity for conscious choice, and the inner drive for constant self-improvement. The Stoics understood a simple truth: we don't control the outside world, but we do control ourselves, our thoughts, our actions, and how we respond. They didn't chase perfection, they pursued progress. And that's exactly what I'm inviting you to do. Not just a quick win, but a lifelong journey of deliberate, relentless growth. Think about it. Everything truly meaningful in life requires refinement. Mastery in your craft, deeper relationships, inner peace and clarity. All of it begins with one thing: growth. When you become obsessed with getting better, you embody one of the highest Stoic virtues: self-mastery. You commit to becoming the best version of yourself, not for applause, not for validation, but because it's the most authentic way to live in alignment with your deepest values. But let's be clear, being obsessed with growth doesn't mean being hard on yourself. It's not about guilt or perfectionism. It's about compassionate persistence, the ability to celebrate small wins while staying hungry for the next level of your evolution. And yes, there will be setbacks. There will be failures, doubts, and disappointments. But the Stoic mindset doesn't see these as defeats. It sees them as teachers. Every stumble becomes a stone in the foundation of your stronger, wiser self. So how do you cultivate this daily philosophy of growth? Set clear, intentional goals that reflect your values. Every day ask yourself, what did I do today to grow? See challenges not as barriers, but as invitations to level up. Be flexible. Adjust your strategy as needed. Stay curious. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you've arrived. The world and your inner landscape are infinite in their potential for expansion. Remember, the path of self-improvement has no finish line. There is always another layer to uncover, another virtue to practice, another version of you waiting to be revealed. And in that infinity, there is deep fulfillment. So let's embrace this obsession with growth, not as a means to an end, but as a way of life. A fire inside that keeps pushing us forward, not for recognition, but for loyalty to our true selves. We walk this path together. Let every step you take become a source of inspiration to others. Invest in your evolution. Be the architect of your destiny, and live with intention, passion, and an unshakable thirst for becoming more. 3. Pour your heart into it. The Stoics are often remembered for their strength, for their courage in facing fate, for their unwavering dedication to virtue. But there's another, equally powerful trait. When they committed to something, they gave it everything. Not for praise, not for recognition, but because to live with full devotion is the very essence of a meaningful, virtuous life. Stoics didn't show up half-heartedly. They didn't cut corners. They showed up fully because they understood this truth. The true worth of an action lies not in the outcome, but in the depth and sincerity of the effort behind it. To pour your heart into something means to channel your energy, your focus, your willpower into what truly matters. It means waking up each morning with the intention not to drift, but to build your life, deliberately, step by step. It's not just about dreaming big, it's about acting big. Taking bold steps even when the path isn't clear, even when it's hard or frightening or uncertain. You move forward because you've chosen to truly live. But here's the key. Pouring your heart into something isn't just about what you do. It's about how you do it. It's about presence, sincerity, respect for the task in front of you. And that applies to everything: your work, your relationships, your personal growth. When you pour your heart in, you show up fully. You're not hiding behind distractions. You're not just going through the motions. You're living it. And when obstacles show up, and they will, you don't give up. You face them with courage, grounded in the inner strength you've been building all along. So where do you begin? Start with something simple, but essential. Identify what truly matters to you, your values, your dreams, your vision. Then, choose to give it your whole self. Don't act from obligation. Act from a genuine desire to live fully. Set a high standard for yourself, not for perfection, but out of respect for who you're becoming. And remember this: pouring your heart into life isn't a one-time event. It's a way of being. It's a choice you make every day, in every gesture, every interaction, every decision. And when you start to live this way, you'll notice something shift. Your goals will come into reach, but more importantly, your journey will feel full of purpose. You won't just be existing, you'll be creating a legacy of virtue, strength, and deep meaning. So let's walk this path together, the path of those who don't just wish, but act, who don't just live, but pour their heart into life, and in doing so, become exactly who they were meant to be. 4. Stay on your path. We live in a world overflowing with distractions, temptations, noise, and a million reasons to stray. Social media, societal expectations, self-doubt, all of it pulling us in different directions, away from the life we're meant to live. But here's where the real magic begins. When despite the chaos, you choose to stay true to your path, you make a powerful statement. You're declaring strength, maturity, and deep honesty with yourself. The Stoics knew this well. Life, they said, is not a straight line. It's a winding road with crossroads at every turn. And at each one, we're tempted by other people's dreams, by instant gratification, or by the fear of taking the wrong step. But they also knew the power of steadfastness. Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, all of them spoke of the importance of staying loyal to your values, your purpose, your inner truth. For a Stoic, staying on your path isn't just about ambition. It's about integrity. It's about character. So what does this mean for you? It means being radically honest with yourself. It means knowing with clarity. Where are you going? Why are you going there? Who do you want to become along the way? It means choosing your North Star, a guiding light that stays steady even when life becomes stormy and unpredictable, even when others laugh, even when you begin to doubt. But let's be clear, staying on your path doesn't mean being rigid. Life changes, and part of true resilience is flexibility, the ability to adjust, to learn, to shift your approach without betraying your essence. Like a ship at sea, you might change direction slightly to navigate rough waters, but your course toward the horizon, that remains. How do you avoid straying off course? Start with awareness. Write down your core values. Define what truly matters to you. Revisit these often, especially when life gets noisy and the voices of the outside world start getting louder. Practice the discipline of making choices that align with your path, even when they're hard, even when they go against the grain, even when no one else understands. And when obstacles appear, and they will, see them not as signs to quit, but as opportunities to reaffirm your commitment. Moments that ask you, do you still believe in your path? And give you the chance to answer, yes, I'm here for a reason. I chose this for a reason. Remember, being on your path isn't about speed, it's about direction. Even if you move slowly, if your steps align with your heart, you are already living a life of depth, integrity, and meaning. So stay true to yourself, even when it's easier to give in, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you walk alone. Because at the end of the road, what matters most isn't how many turns you took, but how faithfully you walked your path. 5. Don't focus on the outcome. From childhood, we're taught, keep your eyes on the goal, measure success by results, focus on the end game. But what if I told you, real power and real freedom come not from clinging to the outcome, but from letting go of it entirely? This is where Stoicism reveals its quiet, radical beauty. This ancient philosophy offers a liberating perspective, one that can completely shift how you see your life, your goals, and your idea of success. The Stoics taught there are things within our control, our actions, our intentions, our choices, our mindset. And there are things that will never be within our control, external events, other people's reactions, and even the final results of our efforts. When you cling to the outcome, you become vulnerable to frustration, stress, disappointment, and even a distorted sense of self-worth. Why? Because you're measuring your value based on things that lie beyond your influence. So what if you shifted your focus? What if instead of asking, "Did I win?" you asked, "Did I show up fully? Did I act with courage? Was I honest, intentional, and present in the process?" This is the essence of Stoic wisdom, to find meaning and fulfillment not in the reward, but in the act itself. Not in what you achieve, but in who you become along the way. Let's be clear, Stoicism doesn't reject success. It doesn't mean you shouldn't have goals. It simply teaches you to redefine what success truly means. Not did I win or lose, but rather, was I courageous in my effort? Did I act with integrity? Did I do the best I could, given what was in my power? And when you live this way, even if the outcome doesn't meet expectations, you still win. Why? Because your character wins, your discipline wins, your peace of mind wins. So how can you start applying this in real life? Start by identifying your core values. What really matters to you? Who do you want to become, regardless of results? Set goals, yes, but tie them to your process and your growth, not just the destination. And when anxiety creeps in, when you're worried about how it will all turn out, remind yourself, I can't control the outcome, but I can control how I show up. And I choose to show up with honesty, courage, and purpose. Because in the end, we are not defined by what we achieve. We're defined by how we walk the path, by our intentions, by the way we carry ourselves, by the spirit we bring to our actions. So let go of the need to control every result, stop gripping so tightly, and begin to truly live in the process, with presence, with trust, with total commitment. You might just be surprised how often the outcome takes care of itself when you simply focus on doing the right thing with love, resilience, and a free mind. 6. You attract what you embody. Imagine that your entire life is a mirror, not just reflecting how you act on the outside, but who you truly are on the inside. If you're filled with fear, bitterness, or negativity, life reflects that right back to you. Your relationships, your experiences, even your thoughts, they all begin to take on the color of your inner world. But when you consciously cultivate strength, kindness, resilience, and integrity, the world starts to shift too. You begin to attract people, opportunities, and experiences that resonate with the quality of your character. The Stoics understood this deeply. They taught us, we cannot control the external world, but we can always control who we choose to become within it. Everything begins with character. It is the foundation on which a meaningful and virtuous life is built. So ask yourself honestly, what am I radiating? Who am I choosing to be, even when no one is watching? Start with self-reflection, not with judgment or harshness, but with quiet honesty. Notice your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. Where are you acting from fear, from ego, from old patterns? And where are you choosing awareness, courage, and virtue? Intentionally begin to embody the qualities you want more of in your life. Courage in the face of discomfort, perseverance when things get tough, compassion when others are struggling, discipline when the easy way tempts you. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be authentic. This practice isn't about looking good. It's about living in alignment with your values and principles, especially when it's inconvenient, especially when it's uncomfortable. And yes, you'll slip. We all do. But every setback is not a failure, it's a lesson. It's a chance to grow in humility and strength, and to return to your path with even more clarity. Because every time you choose awareness over autopilot, every time you respond with kindness instead of irritation, every time you tell the truth instead of taking the easy way out, you're shaping your reality. You're becoming the architect of your life. And the more you align your inner self with the person you truly want to be, the more the world begins to reflect that clarity, depth, and beauty. Want to see more light, more purpose, more connection in the world? Then bring it with you. Carry it inside you. Because in the end, we don't get from life what we wish for. We get from life what we are. So choose awareness, choose virtue, choose to become the kind of person you would be inspired to meet on your own path. 7. Embrace the challenge. Think about the difficulties you've already faced in your life. We all have them. Some are small daily annoyances, others, life-altering, soul-testing challenges. And our first instinct? Frustration, hopelessness, despair. That's human, that's normal. But what if you looked at these struggles differently? What if obstacles were not dead ends, but disguised gifts? What if they were catalysts for growth and awakening? That is the heart of the Stoic mindset. When the Stoics spoke about adversity, they weren't denying pain. They didn't pretend that suffering doesn't exist, but they believed something deeper. Within every obstacle lies the seed of an equal or greater benefit. It's not the obstacle itself that defines you. It's your response to it. When you choose to see a challenge as a path, not a punishment, you shift from being a victim to becoming an agent of transformation. So how can you apply this principle in your life? Start by reframing your perspective. The next time you face hardship, pause and ask, what is this trying to teach me? How can this shape me into someone stronger, wiser, deeper? What part of me is being called to grow right now? Instead of letting the challenge drain you, let it forge you. Let it be the fuel for your clarity, your creativity, your resilience. The steeper the climb, the greater the view. The heavier the resistance, the stronger you become. Every obstacle is an opportunity to build patience, courage, adaptability, and inner strength. In fact, it's in our hardest moments that we're often forced to think differently, to step outside of comfort, to uncover strength we never knew we had. In times of struggle, you have a choice: to shrink or to rise, to retreat or to find your inner ground. When you adopt the Stoic lens, you stop waiting for life to be easy and start choosing a life of meaning. Because the most valuable lessons are rarely learned in comfort. They're learned in the moments where you fall and choose to get back up. When you act, even in fear. When you stop asking, why me? And start asking, what can I create from this? Who can I become through this? What can I change within myself? Remember, the obstacle is the path, and it leads not just to achievement, but to your deepest strength, your wisdom, and your true inner freedom. 8. Do what little you can. In the vast landscape of life, it's easy to feel small. Our dreams feel enormous, our problems overwhelming. And somewhere deep inside, a quiet doubt may whisper, what difference can I really make? Does this small step even matter? But here's the truth. Every great achievement is made of countless small, almost invisible actions, step by step, moment by moment. You don't have to save the world. You just have to do your part with presence and honesty. The Stoics understood this deeply. They didn't concern themselves with controlling grand outcomes. They focused on what was within their power, right here, right now. Their choices, their actions, their mindset. The principle, do what little you can, isn't about passivity. It's not about settling for less. It's a powerful call to action, to live with purpose, to stay engaged, even when your contribution feels small. How do you embody this Stoic mindset? Start small. Break your big goal into doable, clear steps. Don't stare up at the whole staircase. Just focus on the first step. Ask yourself, what can I do today? And then do it. Even if it's just 1% forward, it's still progress. That's where the strength lies. In consistency, in persistence, in showing up even when the results aren't immediate. It's those tiny steps that become the foundation of your long-term growth and meaningful victories. Stoic wisdom reminds us, do not act for applause. Do not act for the outcome. Act because it's right, because there's honor in the doing, because in the process itself, there is already value. When you pour your heart into the moment at hand, you stop living in the someday and start living in the now. And over time, you'll realize it was never the grand gesture that shaped your life, but the small, intentional acts you chose again and again. But here's something even more important. When you choose to do even a little, you stay humble, but also deeply empowered. You accept, yes, I'm not all-powerful, but I can still contribute. I can still make a difference. I can still choose action over inaction. So next time you feel overwhelmed, tired, or stuck, pause and ask, what can I do right now? Even just a little. And then do it. Let it be imperfect. Let it be slow. But let it be. Because the path is not built in your thoughts about it, it's built in your steps. This is the essence of Stoic power. Not waiting for motivation, not depending on the outcome, but doing what is in your control again and again and again. Small actions create great transformation. 9. Redefine your definition of success. We live in a world where success is often measured by money, titles, or follower counts. From every direction we're told, you're successful if you have a big house, a prestigious job, a shiny car, social validation. But what if that's not the real measure? What if we've been aiming at the wrong target all along? The Stoics taught us something radically different. They believed, true success is not what you have, it's who you become. It's not about accumulation, it's about character, about inner strength and living in alignment with nature, reason, and virtue. Success in Stoic philosophy means becoming honest, just, courageous, and wise, regardless of your circumstances. Not the applause, not the recognition, but the integrity of your actions. And this changes everything, because suddenly the power is back in your hands. You can't control the economy. You can't control how others perceive you, but you can always choose who you are and how you show up in this world. So how do you start redefining success? It begins with a conversation, not with the world, but with yourself. What truly matters to me? What kind of person do I admire, and why? Am I living in alignment with what I claim to believe? Then start reworking your goals. Shift your focus from chasing external rewards to cultivating internal excellence. Instead of asking, what can I get? Ask, who am I becoming in the process? Let your goals reflect the virtues you want to strengthen: courage, honesty, discipline, compassion, wisdom. Focus not just on the outcome, but on the way you walk the path, your intention, your effort, your heart. The Stoics remind us, success isn't when everything goes perfectly. Success is when you hold your integrity, even when everything falls apart. It's the ability to stay true to your values in a world constantly trying to pull you away from them. And what does this new definition give you? Freedom. You stop living for approval. You stop chasing validation. And instead, you start living from the inside out, not the outside in. That's when life becomes richer, deeper, more meaningful. Not because the world finally notices you, but because you finally respect yourself. So ask yourself this right now: what does success mean to me? If you remove the money, the status, the comparison to others, what's left? Who are you, really? And who do you want to become? Because the Stoic path isn't about outer triumph, it's about inner greatness. It's a journey toward your truest self, a path where every step matters, not because it leads to fame, but because it leads to meaning. 10. Stop seeking approval. We live in a world where approval has become currency. Likes, followers, applause. We're constantly measured by how others see us, and in the pursuit of being accepted, we can easily forget who we are, forget what we stand for, forget why we even started. But Stoicism offers a powerful antidote. It teaches us to measure our worth not by external praise, but by our inner principles. The Stoics believed, the desire for approval is a form of slavery. As long as you're ruled by other people's opinions, you give them power over your actions, your mind, your self-worth. You become a hostage to their judgments, expectations, and standards of success. But when you let go of that need, you gain something rare: freedom. The freedom to be fully, unapologetically yourself. So what does it really mean to stop seeking approval? It doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. It's not about rejecting connection or feedback. It means your decisions are no longer driven by fear of judgment or the need to be liked. You do what you know is right, not because it's popular, but because it aligns with your values. To live this way takes deep self-awareness. You must start asking yourself, am I doing this because I believe in it, or because I'm afraid of being judged, rejected, misunderstood? That's not an easy question. It demands honesty. It demands courage. But that's where real strength begins. What else helps? Confidence in your own judgment. The Stoics taught, don't follow the crowd, follow reason. If you've thought something through, if it reflects your values, stand by it, even if others don't understand. And here's a truth we all need to remember. You can't and won't please everyone. You're unique. Others have their own expectations, beliefs, and insecurities. If you live just to be accepted, you'll lose sight of your essence, constantly shifting to fit what others want. But a Stoic? A Stoic lives with integrity, not for applause, not to avoid criticism, but because it's right. And when you live authentically, you begin to attract the right people, those who value the real you. Even if some reject or misunderstand you, you remain grounded, rooted in your values, at peace with yourself. So remember, it's not the need to be liked, but the commitment to your truth that makes you powerful. It's not the crowd's opinion, but your reason and virtue that guide you. It's not external applause, but internal respect that anchors you. Marcus Aurelius said it best, live as if you were already dead, as if no one could ever judge you again. Why? Because you're not here to perform. You're here to live in truth, to live with purpose, to live in freedom. 11. Reject distractions. Learn to say no. We live in a world that constantly pulls at our attention. Messages, notifications, emails, demands. Every day we're being pulled in 100 directions, and if we don't learn to say no, we risk spending our entire life on things that don't truly matter. Stoicism teaches us the vital art of focus, of choosing what truly matters, of guarding our time, energy, and values like sacred ground. And often that means learning to refuse, to say no to requests, invitations, even opportunities that don't align with who we are and who we're becoming. The Stoics believed that to live in harmony with nature was also to live in alignment with our limits. We are not infinite, our time is finite, our attention is sacred, and we have a responsibility to use them wisely. So when you say no, you're not rejecting others, you're affirming yourself. You're protecting your direction, your focus, your freedom. But why is it so hard to say no? Because from a young age we're taught to please, to avoid conflict, to fear missing out, to worry what others will think of us. But Stoicism offers a new way of seeing it. Don't decide out of fear. Don't decide to please. Decide from reason, purpose, and clarity. When you say no with calmness and respect, you're not being rude. You're sending a powerful message. I know what matters to me. I value my time. I live by intention, not impulse. So how do you say no like a Stoic? Start with clarity. Get clear on your values. What are your top priorities? What are you building? Who are you trying to become? Once you know that, you can filter requests through a simple question. Does this align with my path? Does it support my purpose or distract from it? And when it doesn't, say no, with kindness and strength. You can say, "Thank you for thinking of me, but I'm focusing on other priorities right now. I appreciate the invitation, but I have to pass this time." Saying no isn't rejection, it's redirection. Every no is also a yes to your focus, a yes to your path, a yes to your peace. And most importantly, when you learn to say no, you stop being a servant to others' expectations. You start respecting yourself deeply. You become centered, grounded, whole. As Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." So stop giving your time to everything and everyone. Live with clarity, choose with intention, and say no with dignity, because your life is far too valuable to live according to someone else's script. 12. Let it go with Stoic indifference. How can you truly let go without giving up? How do you accept what's out of your control with dignity, clarity, and peace? Stoicism gives us the answer. It teaches a simple yet life-changing distinction. What is within our control and what is not. We can control our actions, our beliefs, our attitude, our virtues. We cannot control outcomes, the behavior of others, how people react, the randomness of life. And when you truly accept this, not just intellectually but deeply, you become free. Free from anxiety, free from frustration, free from fighting battles you were never meant to win. But here's the key. Letting go with indifference doesn't mean becoming cold or careless. It doesn't mean you stop feeling or that nothing matters. Quite the opposite. It means caring deeply, but only about what you can control. Your effort, your honesty, your response, your character. It means giving your best and then letting go of what happens next. Just imagine, how much peace would you gain if you stopped falling apart after every setback? How much energy would you save if you stopped getting pulled into drama you can't fix? How different would your life be if you focused not on control, but on how you choose to respond? That is true Stoic freedom. Not the power to control everything, but the power to remain grounded in yourself, even when the world around you is spinning. So how do you practice this? Start with awareness. Pay attention to your reactions. And ask yourself, is this within my control? Is it worth sacrificing my peace for this? Practice letting go in the small things: traffic, weather, delays, minor misunderstandings. Let go without resistance. This becomes the foundation for facing greater challenges. Remind yourself, your true power lies not in changing the world, but in choosing how you stand within it. In remaining still when everything else is chaotic. In staying aligned with virtue, no matter what. And the more you release what you can't control, the more strength you gain over what you can, yourself. Because that is the ultimate Stoic power. Not reshaping the world, but remaining unshaken within it. Staying rooted in your values, trusting your inner compass, and choosing the path of courage, virtue, and wisdom, again and again.